Alright, so welcome back everybody. What we'll be talking about in this tutorial is basically setting up an application and just a basic layout of Eclipse and where, what folders we're going to put what into and all that good stuff. So what you want to do, you just want to, this area right here, you'll just need to right click, go to new, and then Android application projects. Okay. Now the application name, this right here, is going to be the name shown in the Play Store. So what we want, this will be whatever you want to appear in the Play Store. So let's say BC Tutorials, app. Okay. So, and this is going to be the project name, which will stay the same. We'll keep it the same. And this is going to be the package name. .com. We don't want it. Well, yeah, that's fine. .com. Actually, I don't want an example there. Just .com. I'm sorry. com.bc tutorials app. All right. The minimum required SDK. We're going to have it go 2.2, but you can have it. You can, if you'd like, you can support all the way back to Android 2.1, but just keep in mind that you want to try and develop for today's phone, to today's operating systems. Going back that far, definitely you can notice some compatibility issues, especially if you're testing on an older phone. Newer phones, it's not going to display the same. You're going to run into some issues. So I'm going to stay with 2.2, all right, and the target SDK is going to be 4.3. All right. Theme, I'm going to put none, no theme. Okay. We want to create the activity and create the launcher icon. All right. So right here, this is going to be your icon. We're going to import it. So let's just browse. Let's see. BC tutorials and okay. All right. So this will be our application logo. Okay. Next. All right. So what we want, we're gonna go with a blank activity. Okay. And what we're going to name our activity, this is going to be the Java, the activity name, this is going to be the Java file, the Java name. So we're going to name it main activities file, and this is the layout. This will be your XML layout name, activity main. Okay. We don't need to incorporate any of that. So at this point, we're pretty much finished. So just click finish and it's going to create the project. It's going to set it up for us. Okay. So right now we're right here. Okay. Inside here will be where any of our Java is. So if you want to add a new class, you go new class and whatever. We're not going to do that right now, but this would be where your Java goes. Your resource file right here, layout. This is going to be where any of your XML goes. So any of the layouts of our application is going to go right in here. Okay. The drawable files. This is going to be where your images go. You're going to have to import these manually. I'll show you that in a little bit. Depending on the resolution, will really depend on what folder you want to put it into. For now, we'll put most of our images into the drawable-HDPI. Okay, and then you have your values right here. You have your styles. You can create You can create styles for your application. We'll do that much later. Maybe not too much later, but we'll do that later. Strings. Right here, your app name. BC tutorials app. Okay, this is basically where you want to put any of your dedicated strings in here. What else? If your Android manifest, this basically is going to be where you define any of your activities. You'll define activities here. You'll define your permissions. There's a lot of things you'll do here. You'll define your theme. So there's a lot of things. This is basically the working. This is basically the main staple of your application. If there's something wrong in your manifest, your whole app is garbage until it's corrected. So, and you know, there's other, you can definitely add folders to your res file, your res file, just by right clicking res, going to new folder. At some point you might want to add some sounds, so we'll just put in a raw folder. In here you'll put any sounds. Once again, all have to be uploaded externally outside of the application. We'll get to that in a little bit again. But for the most part, this is what these are the main parts that you'll be dealing with. These are the main portions of the application that you will have to be familiar with. So well, if you do have, if you have any further questions, definitely feel free to ask in comments. There'll be also an explanation on bctutorials.com written down, so for you to read if you have an easier time reading than just listening and following along. There'll definitely be some text there regarding this, and just stay tuned, stay seated, my friends.